Dear viewers, we're delighted to have you once again for a new edition of Football Planet, your weekly 100% football on Africanews, a Pan-African station. Quickly to summary. On this week Football Planet, the Under-17 World Cup and the beautiful performance of Africans qualify for the next round. Ghana, Mali and the Niger, and a duel of 100% African in 8th final between the Black Stars of Ghana and the Mena of Niger. On the other hand, it is finished for Guinea. And then the return of African club next weekend and places in the finals to be played at the end of a thriller tournament, because everything is still on play, as well as the Champions League and the CAF Cup. Finally this week we are talking about the Mauritanian football, which pursues its great turnaround. News up with the inauguration of the Federation Academy, with a wide interview for the chairman on this issue. Those are the topics of the Football Planet. Do not go away. The program continues in a handful of seconds. Welcome. We will start this edition first with the CHAN 2018. It is finally Morocco that will be the host. The Kingdom was given the right on Saturday after the withdrawal of Kenya. A big challenge and especially a big test of the Moroccan authorities, who have confirmed the nomination of the Kingdom for the organization of the 2026 World Cup. And Egypt is the great beneficiary of this decision. Beaten by Morocco in the playoffs, the Pharaohs have recovered. The CHAN will take place from January 12th to February 4th, 2018. And now to another competition, the World Cup of less than 17 years of age, which is in full swing in India. And it goes rather well for the continent, which has 3 teams out of 4 in 8th final. Mali, Ghana and Niger disputed the first international competition. The only false note is the elimination of Guinea, which has registered only a single point in 3 matches. Bridget Ugwe and Michael Udua has the report.
All seems to be well for the African football teams participating in the World Cup Under-17 currently in India. 4 teams managed to represent Africa, and these are Guinea, Mali, Niger and Ghana. It's only Guinea that has not qualified for the quarterfinals. Unlike other teams, Mali, Ghana and Niger successfully managed to secure a place in the next round of 8 teams. With 2 wins and a defeat, the Black Stars of Ghana are the only African team at the top of their group. Niger fell 2-0 to Brazil in their last game, but a 1-0 win over North Korea in their opener gifted them 3 points, just enough to secure passage to the last 16 as one of the 4 best third-place teams. Both Ghana and Niger will lock horns at the D.Y. Patil Stadium next Wednesday in a repeat of the semi-finals of the Africa Under-17 Championship. Mali notched up 8 points in 3 league matches against Paraguay, Turkey, New Zealand, each strike scored in open play. Besides 8 goals from open play so far, the African nation has entertained fans and kept rival goalkeepers in a state of anxiety with 41 attempts off target, 21 shots saved and 15 blocked. Guinea came as no surprise when they were eliminated on Friday after a 3-1 defeat against Germany. Guinea played a style similar to that of Brazil's, but didn't have the finesse of the South Americans. Nevertheless, the players' unbridled aggression earned them praise from fans and rivals. Guinea also showcased some exciting footballers who will form the core of the team when it prepares to host the African Nations Cup in 2023.
In addition to the 100% African display between Ghana and Niger, there was heaviness in these finals of 8 of the Under-17 Global. Here's the program, including an explosive France-Espagnol. Watch. We shift now to the African clubs. We are heading toward a very exciting weekend with more undecided duels for places in the finals. Please understand that we are talking about the semi-finals of the Champions League and the CAF Cup. In the Champions League, first of all, the only certainty is that there will be 100% Maghreb display. But for the moment, it is difficult to make forecast. The games remain more open, as explained by Barbara Lundo and Ignatius Ano.
Resisting the cordon of Bog El Arab of Alexandria, it is a difficult mission of the Etoile Sportive of the Sahel, which disembarks with a small advantage on the lawn of Al Ali. The Tunisians had won the semi-final of the Champions League on the score of 2-1, an advantage that is just one thread against the Ethiopians at home and hoping to take advantage of this goal scored outside to reverse the deal. To do this, they will have to win this round by at least 1 goal away without taking any more or 2 more goals than the opponents. Same scenario in the other semi-final between the Wydad of Casablanca and the USM Algiers. In the first leg, the two teams had parted on a 0-0 lead, which led to a controversial second leg. Even if they have the advantage on the field, Moroccans should nevertheless be wary of an adversary determined to do better than at home. The Algerians know indeed that a draw with more than 1 goal would open the doors of the final. The WAC is warned and knows what to expect. To make his way to the final, will have to stay solid and above all, to be very altruistic in the last gesture. The suspense is real and so much more for the show.
Now to the CAF Cup also, the suspense is total even if the TP Mazembe moves on the Lion of the FC du Rabat with an advanced purpose. A small advantage could promise a very exciting game. The other displays remain just as undecided between the African club and the Super Sport. After the draw in Pretoria, the South Africans were therefore in obligation to get into Nice at least 1 goal without losing hope for the qualification. The match is next Saturday and Sunday respectively. As I announced in the beginning, the Mauritanian football continues its metamorphosis and takes more and more of the stripes. The second qualification in the Championship of African Nations is the perfect illustration. However, the path is still long, but the hope is all of the same permit, especially after the inauguration of the Federation Academy, a center of excellence, symbol of football, and especially of a federal team very ambitious, as explained by the President Ahmad Yahya in this exclusive interview with our correspondent, Mena of Niger.
Bonjour, Président. La Fédération...
Hello, Mr. President. The Mauritanian Football Federation launched an ambitious development project which gave birth to this academy. What are the objectives?
This is a lot for us and an important project for the Federation to launch a football academy to train players. It is a cream of our small category. They are the best, and they have been selected from among thousands of young people who have been tested. We're going to train the elite in the future of our football. And this is part of the strategy of our federation to set up professional football based on clear rules. Also, this goes through all categories, to the senior team.
We cannot only mention this project alone. Do you have any other project under your development policies?
Well, this academy is one of our development policies, but we'll also have an ambitious project that affects academies at the level of clubs, in private academies. Everything has been regulated. There are national competitions for all categories, where the academies and clubs are obliged to have clubs of small categories. For that, it belongs to the federation. But within the federation, as I said, it is the elite of the small categories. But there are other academies that the Federation encourages and supports. We offer financial support to clubs to have academies, to have teams of any category, from under 13, under 17, and under 20.
In the last 3 years, Mauritania has played fairly to get good results, and the team will play the second CHAN. Does it mean that your future is bright?
Well, we cannot say that the future belongs to us, but we can say that we're trying to perform well for the future. We're on the right track. Of course, because having 2 qualifications in the final phase of the championship in 4 years, and it comforts us in our own development policy. It comforts us in the way we have committed ourselves, and I tell you that it is one of the objectives achieved. We are among the 16 nations qualified for the final stages of the African Nations Championship, and we have another goal. That is CHAN. Our team is on track. Also, we had a first away playoff game, which our team won. Our priority is the CHAN. It is also the priority of Mauritanian football. But the CHAN is an important competition where we'll try our best to gain the maximum results in this competition.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you also, Mena of Niger, and to all our viewers in Mauritania.
En Angleterre, retour gagnant pour l'attaquant ivoirien.
In England, return winner for the Ivorian attacker from Crystal Palace, Wilfred Zaha, helped his team to win his first victory of the season before Chelsea. It was his second match of the season after a serious knee injury during the first day. And then FIFA last week unveiled a list of nominees for the Golden Ball with two Africans, Senegalese Sadio Mane and the Gabon Aubameyang Pierre-Emerick. But we are interested in one of the most beautiful goals because of the first time an African player is in the top three, and it is a goalkeeper. It is South African Oscar Masuluke of Baroka FC. A true delight. Watch. And then we learn with great sadness the disappearance on Friday of Joseph Diallo Suwe, coach of the Under-17 national team of Cameroon that we have heard in this program a few months ago. His soul rest in peace. And on this sad note, we bring an end to this week's edition. But for more news, log on to our website, Africanews.com. Please do not hesitate to send us your feedback on our Twitter and Facebook account. Till we come to you next week for another edition of Football Planet, same time, same station, African News. Thank you and have an excellent week. Goodbye.